guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to part 2 of Tackling Disney. Yes, it is a year and a half later, and no, it is not the same album. Yay! I did finish the album that I was working on the last time I saw you with my Tackling Disney project. Since then, we have gone on yet another Disney vacation. This one was a 2-week land and sea vacation. So we were able to do a week-long cruise as well, which was extremely exciting. So as you can imagine, I have a ton of pictures. I think last time I checked, I had printed off over 600 of them. So that's a lot of pictures to document, a lot of photos. I went back and I watched my part 1 of Tackling Disney, and if you haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and link it. But I realized I'm at exactly the same step right now that I left off on part 1. So I printed my pictures. Like I said, I did the same 4x6 photos from my camera and the 3x4s from my phone using the Project Life app. So that is kind of where I'm at right now. So what I have done, my next step was to go ahead and sort the pictures. So I sorted them into 2 piles, first of all. The first one being Disney World and the second one being the cruise. From that point, I've taken all of my cruise pictures, and that's kind of what you see here in front of you, and I put them into piles as well. So I've taken that big pile of cruise photos and now I've separated them into smaller piles. And this is what I'm going to focus on my documenting. This is how I'm going to lay these out on my pages. So I've got piles of these pictures right here are from St. Thomas. We had an Eastern Caribbean cruise. So we went to St. Thomas, Tortola, and Castaway Cay. So I've got all my St. Thomas pictures here. I've got all my Tortola pictures here. I've got all my Castaway Cay pictures here. These are all the photos that we had from Pirate Night. And then I have this huge pile here of just pictures that I took around the ship. So these are all organized into piles. This one actually is like pictures, sunrise, sunset, pictures of the ocean that I just took that I want to document separately from the rest of my photos. So I've got my piles, and these are the little photo dividers that came with my photo box. So this is how I'm going to organize my photos. And this is just a photo box. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Thought it was super cute. Love, it's black with gold polka dots. I'm a sucker for anything with polka dots, so I thought it would be perfect. So what I'm going to do now is just take these photos and put them in the box and get these out of the way. So I've got all of my ship photos first. I'm going to pop these in here. This is by far my biggest stack. Just grab these Tortola ones and put this in here. We've got our sky and sunrise sunset photos and put those in here. St. Thomas. This is not necessarily the order that I'm going to scrapbook them, but I just wanted to get them off of my table and into the box so that I have something to work from. Pirate Night, we'll go ahead and put that in here, and then Castaway Cay. Okay, so these are all of my cruise photos. They're all in my box. They're all separated as by theme. So now I can move on to my Disney World photos. Now this is the pile that I have of Disney World photos. Yep, that's them. This is a whole big mess of Disney World photos. When we went on vacation, I convinced myself that I was not going to take a bunch of Disney World photos. I had just in the last 6 months finished scrapbooking our vacation from April of last year, and the last thing I wanted to do was tackle yet another Disney album. I was kind of burnt out on doing Disney albums, so I thought I'm just not going to take a ton of pictures. I'm not going to scrapbook and document the same thing that I just did in my 2 albums. That was until we went, and this is what I came back with. Because I realized every Disney adventure is different. Every vacation that we take to Disney World is different. And I'm going to have different photos. This time we went to Disney World at Halloween time. I've never been to Disney World at Halloween time. We went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We have never done that at Disney World. We did the dessert party for Not So Scary Halloween Party. That was fun. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was open. That was not open when we were there. Toy Story Land was not open. So I have a lot of different photos. We stayed at 3 resorts that we've never stayed at before. So I have a ton of photos, and they're completely different from the last photos that I took. So they do deserve to be documented, and they do deserve to be showcased in this album. However, I'm not going to organize these into any specific theme like I did with the cruise photos. The cruise photos are sorted. They're going to be the bulk of my album. I'm going to document and tell that story because it was our first cruise. It was our first Disney cruise. I really want to tell that story. I've told Disney stories 100 times over in different albums, so I don't feel the need to do that again, but I do want to document the different things that we did on this trip. So these, I think I'm just going to put in pocket pages. I will scrapbook this entire album in pocket pages. I will have 12 by 12s. I will have 8.5 by 11s, but the majority of these pictures will just be placed in pockets. I'll do some filler cards. I will do some journaling. I will tell some stories, but I don't feel the need to organize these and sort them and do, theme pages like I would normally do. So that's going to be a little bit different for me. So I'm going to just stick these in the back of my box here, and then, whoops, one more Galaxy's Edge. And then those are ready to be documented. So I've got my cruise photos, my park photos, all my photos are organized and put in this box and ready to go. So I'm gonna set this aside. And now we're gonna talk ephemera, because I am a huge collector of memorabilia, of ephemera, anything and everything that is left in my room that I can pick up, anything comes back home with me. So I thought I'd show you guys real quick what I came home with. This is, we're gonna have to talk about how I tackled this because this is going to be a whole mess of stuff. So just a random smattering of what I have in here. So I have bands. I have my wristbands for the Halloween party, and then I have my wristbands for the dessert party. So I've got those that need to be documented. I collect park maps. We were there for Food and Wine, so I grabbed the Food and Wine Festival guides. Those are here. I became a pass holder this time, so I got pass holder mail. That will be in here. We stayed at 3 different resorts. We stayed at Pop Century, we stayed at Boardwalk, and Polynesian is here somewhere. But when you get into your room, there's always a nice little letter on your bed from the general manager of the resort. I save all those. I have, what else do I have? I bought, on the cruise, I bought some postcards because I thought these would be perfect to pop into a pocket. So I've got postcards, I've got cards, I've got, what else do I have here? I've got this business card from Via Napoli where we ate dinner one night. I've got all of my park guides, all my park maps. I've got my Magical Express, my tickets. This is the room service menu on the cruise. We did the Midship Detective Agency, so these are the stuff that went along with that. I've got our Port Adventure tickets. I've got the luggage tags for the cruise. I've got our navigators for every day that we were on the cruise. Now, they don't leave paper navigators in your stateroom anymore. We had to go to guest services and ask for them. They do have them available to you. So I went ahead and grabbed the navigators that were available for each day. So I've got all of those that I need to figure out how to put in here. What else do I have? This fun little coaster was, we went to Oga's Cantina in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and so I need to put that in the album. That's kind of fun. You guys would not believe this pile. You would just not believe it. This is the top of the mustard container from room service, and it says Disney Cruise Line mustard. I kept it. I also have the ketchup. Yep, I do. So those are going in the album somehow. They are clean. They were not used. We just stole them off a room service tray as we were walking down the hall. I've got Halloween party stuff. I've got luggage tags. I've got, oh, this pile is crazy, you guys. It's crazy. I've got Key to the World cards from the cruise. So I have a lot of ephemera and memorabilia that also needs to be incorporated into this album. So I think my next step after I've got my pictures sorted, now I'm going to do the same kind of thing with my ephemera. I'm going to sort it into 2 piles. One is going to be stuff that we got from the cruise. The other pile is going to be stuff that we got at Disney. So I will sort those piles and I will figure out where in my photo box those items need to go. So more often than not, I don't end up using the lid for these. This is how I store my photos for every big album that I do. I try to work the memorabilia in here. There's a lot of things like this ketchup lid that are gonna just be part of the ship. They're not specific to any adventure that we went on, any excursion that we went on. They're just something that we received on the ship. So these kind of things will find their way into these piles. So by the time I'm done, this pile is probably gonna have to come out of here because I have a lot of ephemera that has to be incorporated. And this will probably be my cruise box, and I will probably get one more photo box, and it will be my Disney box. So I think that's where I'm at right now. I am going to organize this ephemera, figure out if it goes on our travel days, which would be like our luggage tags, our bag check, any of that kind of stuff. Those will be sorted with our travel day photos. The cruise documented items, or the cruise items, will go in to be documented in this pile. And then I will put the Disney stuff with these photos. I only bought one album thinking I wasn't going to take a lot of Disney photos, like I mentioned. I will definitely have to get another album. This will for sure be a 2 album part. I always use 12 by 12 and I always use 3 ring. And I always document my travel with pocket pages. So as I mentioned, this will all be pocket page style. Again, I will have 12 by 12s. I will have 8.5 by 11s. A lot of these things will be sorted into page protectors where I create my own. So I will probably end up taking an 8.5 by 11, using my fuse tool and creating my own pockets to showcase these kind of things. Who knows? Who knows how this is going to end up? But I hope that you guys will come along with me and share this journey. I promise I will have a lot more videos than I did before. I think I was in such a hurry to get my last album done because I had so many albums to do. I had the 2 for my kids and then the 1 for myself. And by the time I was on my second album for myself, I was done. I was so over it. I'm like, I can't document Disney anymore. And then I realized how far behind I am on my project life, and I'm just in a hurry to get the album done and completed. For this album, I think I really, really want to enjoy the process. I love scrapbooking Disney, and once I'm done and it's completed, I'm sad because I don't have anything else left to do. But I do have a trip coming up next week as well. I am taking my daughter and my niece and nephew to Disneyland. It is my niece and nephew's first trip, and I'm so excited to be the one to share this with them. So I will have Disney Halloween photographs, Disney kid albums to do. So there's a lot of Disney content coming your way. So hopefully you'll subscribe, you'll come along with me. Even if you're not scrapbooking Disney, this method that I use can be used to scrapbook a lot of different occasions, a lot of different vacation styles. Anything where you have a lot of photos and a lot of ephemera, memorabilia, that you need to incorporate into an album and that you want to document. You can use this process for anything. So I will be back probably next week with my very first layout. Like I said, I'm just going to sort through this ephemera, figure out where I'm at, and then I can go ahead and start on my first page, which will probably be a title page because I do like to work through my albums from start to finish. So I will probably start with the title page for this album. I have no idea where I'm going with that yet, but that's where we're at. So subscribe, come along with me. I hope you get some inspiration from this. I hope that you enjoy some of the pages you see. They will be a lot of pocket pages, but like I said, there will also be other things as well. So leave me a comment below. Tell me what you're looking forward to seeing most, and I will see you guys next week with my very first layout. Bye. So little side note, I went ahead and sorted through my ephemera, and I thought I would show you guys real quick what I have to work with. This is my pile from Disney World. Okay, this is all of the stuff that I have to find a way to incorporate into my album. There's guide maps. There's, oh, that's luggage tags. Those go with my travel days. There's guide maps. There's food and wine gift cards. There's all kinds of luggage tags, all of that kind of stuff. Pass holder box. This all needs to be incorporated into my Disney World. This is my cruise. Okay. Y'all, this is a mess. Holy cow. I didn't realize I had so much stuff. I saved a cup because that's how I roll. So it was just cute. Like, when else can you get a Halloween on the High Seas cup? How adorable is that? I also have chocolates left. These are the chocolates that are left on your pillows every night with your turn down service. So I kept them because they do indeed say Disney Cruise Line. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they do say Disney Cruise Line. So I kept those. Pirate bandanas, dining reservation cards. Okay, let's do this.